This video is brought to you by RV 360 Solutions, where we're bringing the RV industry full circle by providing inspections, consulting, and training. I pulled this Furrion double door 12 volt refrigerator out, which was a bit of a chore, and what I found I was kind of amazed by. So I just want to kind of take a look at this refrigerator compartment and show you a couple of problems. This right here is the back of the outlet for my microwave plug, and if I go around you can see that this is actually broken. The reason it's broken is because that refrigerator was just banging against this plug. So let me show you the one down here, and you can see that there are two screws that actually extend out past the plug. So as this refrigerator was banging around in here, because again the top of this refrigerator is not connected in any way, they put this piece of 2x4 up here, which by the way is loose, and there's a board that sits right here that kind of holds the top, but there's nothing that actually fastens that refrigerator to the top. So down here on the bottom they put one screw there and one screw there through these door hinge brackets. So the screw went through right there. So that refrigerator just was bouncing all over in here, and you can see it's rubbing up against this 120 volt wire. It's got these little wooden slats, but see if I can get a better angle here. These outlets, especially this top one, because these screws are so long, stick out well past these slats. So instead of having something like a piece of wood to bump up against, it's hitting against these screws. So I am going to report this to Grand Design because I think this is a safety issue. Number one, it broke this electrical outlet, but also just because the way they ran the wiring. So you have that metal refrigerator frame, and I'll show you on the side of the refrigerator what it actually did to it. But for me, this is a safety issue. So before I put the new one back in, I'm going to put another furring strip across here that'll sit flush, and you can see that this trim piece actually sticks out. So I'll cut another wood furring strip, put it on here, probably on here, and then I'll actually notch it out so I can run this wiring through there safely, so that that refrigerator can't break these outlets. Again, this to me is just a huge safety issue. So I will report this to Grand Design, and hopefully they'll take care of it. I have no idea what model refrigerators this problem exists on, but certainly on my 2022 Grand Design Reflection 303 RLS. So this is the side of the refrigerator that set up against those outlets. So you can see this is where that microwave outlet, where those two screws, and again that refrigerator is just moving around in there. Hopefully my camera will pick up just how deep of a gouge it put in there. So again, metal refrigerator, and this is where the wires were rubbing up against, and again it put another pretty good sized dent in there. And then down here, this is where the outlet that sits above the stove, those two metal screws. So had this gone on much longer, I think this was going to short out. So again, I see this as a huge safety issue. just about ready to put this refrigerator back in place. Before I did that, I just want to document what I did to take care of the safety issue. So this top box where the microwave plugs in, I just went ahead and put in a surface mounted box, something that you would typically see outdoors. It's, I guess, aluminum, but it's a metal box. And I was willing to give up a little bit of space in my cabinet just to keep this thing from protruding back far enough where that refrigerator could possibly hit it. So the other thing I did is put an extra, and this is what it is, basically not quite ½ inch plywood on these furring strips just to bring this thing out. So now you can see nothing is going to hit if that refrigerator were to slam into this wall. And I cut little notches out for the wiring, so as far as I'm concerned, everything in there is going to be much safer. So yeah, pretty much ready to put this refrigerator in, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so just wrapped up putting in this electrical outlet, which, hey, it's not perfect, but it will do the trick. So I did install a GFCI outlet where Grand Design didn't, and I'm not sure what the actual rules are for this. It's definitely within 6 feet of the kitchen sink, but it is inside a cabinet, so I can't say whether or not that should have been GFCI, but it is now. And you can see I didn't lose a whole lot of my cabinet space, but now this refrigerator can sit relatively close to this wall. And remember, I put furring strips to keep it from banging against either one of these outlets. So this outlet didn't break, but the one for the microwave most certainly did.